everyone. We're going to speak about the general theory of editing. So what is editing? We will discuss the process of editing and several aspects of editing process. So I'm Rama Kasimova and I'm very happy to have this lecture with you. So here is the outline of our lecture. So first of all, we'll speak about the general theory of editing. What is editing and why is it necessary? So, as a science, does it have an object and the subject? So, if as a science it has an object and the subject, so we should speak about the stages of publishing messages as well. Of course, the methods of editing are so important in this editorial process. So we'll first of all ponder over the question, why is it necessary for someone other than the writer or translator to check the text and perhaps make changes before it is sent off to readers? General simple answers to this question may become as follows. So human beings do not do perfection. In every realm of activity, we make mistakes, sometimes serious ones, regardless of how experienced we are. So editing provides the recipient with reliable information. It can contribute the competitiveness of the media. Furthermore, it offers feedback between the reader and the recipient, and enhances the effectiveness of copyright notices. So of course, the impossibility of perfection applies to editing and revising. So, what is the editology? So, editology is an applied social informal science studying the methodological principles of publishing reports in the media. So we need editology in order to learn the methodological problems of publishing reports before publishing process. So that's why we should speak about the object and the subject of editing. So the object of editing is the author's original text. Sometimes it's also it's also the first version of translation. And the subject of editing is the bringing the object of editing in accordance with the existing standards and rules. In this sense, editing is defined as verification, that is to say, analysis and control, and correction of messages during their preparation for publication. Thus, the theory of editing is an integral part of editology that explores the methodological principles of the preparation of messages, that's to say, editing for publication. The system of knowledge about the practice of editing, these are the rules for making changes directly in the published messages. We'll look at some specific reasons of editing. So first, it's easy to write extraordinarily structured sentences and structured sentences that readers will understand or have difficulty in understanding. Second, it is easy to write something which is not suited to future readers. So authors sometimes forget about their future readers, and that's why they write something which is not suited to their readers. Third, the text may fail to conform the linguistic norms or to the ideas of the society. Finally, the author or the translator, what the author or translator has written or translated text may conflict with the publisher's goal. So here are axioms of the theory of editing which determine its appropriateness. First of all, author and the recipient can evaluate the novelty of the message in a different way. So they can generate and perceive the modality of the text in a different way. Next step is that the author and the recipient generate and receive messages at different times, in different places and in different situations. The author and the recipient can use different language modes to transmit the messages. So, in which similar signs can denote distinct images and have different meanings. The author and recipient may have different vocabulary used when creating and perceiving the messages. That's why revisers and editors amend the text in two ways. They function as gatekeepers and check whether the created text conforms the standards and norms of the society. And also they act as language therapists, find the way which is appropriate to the reader. So we should speak about the stages of publishing messages. And these stages can be as publication process and editorial stages. First we speak about publication process, then we will go to discussion of editorial stage. So the publication process, what do we do in this process? Usually the author generates a message that he or she assigns to be transferred to another person or group of people. And the next step in publication process is the verbalization of the message. So the author verbalizes the message, that is to say that he converts it into a chain of linguistic signs. The next step is the editorial stage, and the original work of the author is checked and corrected by the editor in accordance with the standardized set of rules. The edited original at the end of the editorial stage is called the publishing original. And the next step is the technical stage, which is associated with printing the message. Thus, we should speak about the methods of editing as well, because while speaking about the science, about the stages of the science of editology, we cannot speak about methods of editing. So what are the methods of editing? Methods of editing can include analysis, synthesis, sociological research, and research methods. So the first method is the method of analysis, is usually used to detect deviations in the message. As a synonym, the term control is applied. Method of synthesis is implemented as correction, so which correction of found deviations, that's to say errors. And method of sociological research exists in a variety of ways. So in this case, editors work with authors, experts, or with potential readers in order to make editing. And the next research methods are aimed at finding the information the editor needs at different stages of the publishing process to edit the messages. So what are tasks of editing? So we should first of all think over the tasks of editing. So why do we need the tasks of editing? So in order to verify the message sent to the readers, so we need the task of editing, and we should have the adaptation of messages. So we should ponder over the future readers whom we are going to send this message. Next one is the localization of messages. So that is connected with the place of the publishing process and the work where we would like to publish. Normalization of messages. So we normalize the messages to the social standards and rules. Interpretation of messages is also necessary because we should learn what part of the text is incomprehensible for the learners, and we should analyze this part of the text in order to make it clear to the future readers. Next step is unification or diversification. So again, we use standardization of the messages. And of course, these messages should be learned from the point of ethics and aesthetics. So this is the end of our lecture. I hope that will be useful for you. Thanks for your attention.